I stand before Fremantle Prison, the largest intact convict-built structure in Western Australia and one of the best preserved in the world. Its limestone walls have seen 140 years of continuous use, but what does a prison become when its gates are locked for the last time? The story begins in 1850. The Swan River colony, founded just 21 years earlier, was struggling. Labour was scarce. The solution? Import it. From Britain came shiploads of convicts, part of the last great wave of transportation in the Empire. In 1851, work began on a new prison, the convict establishment. The men who quarried the limestone, hauled the blocks, and laid the mortar were themselves prisoners, building the walls that would hold them. By 1859, the main cell block was complete, a 4-storey structure designed to hold 800 men. Around it, workshops, a cookhouse, a hospital, a warder's quarters formed a self-contained world. Transportation to Western Australia ended in 1868. The prison did not close, it simply changed hands, from imperial to colonial control. From the late 19th century, Fremantle Prison became the state's main site of incarceration. It housed men convicted of crimes from petty theft to murder, and disproportionately Aboriginal prisoners convicted under punitive colonial laws. Overcrowding was a constant problem. Cells built for one man sometimes held 3. In 1898, a government report described the conditions as cramped, unventilated, and unfit for human habitation. In 1888, the prison became the location for executions in Western Australia. 44 men and 1 woman were hanged here between then and 1964. The gallows room remains today, and it was the last operational execution chamber in the country when capital punishment was abolished in 1984. Fremantle Prison was never just a site of passive confinement, it was also a site of defiance. In the 1890s, prisoners rioted over food quality and work conditions. In 1946, an inquiry found the prison system antiquated and inadequate. The most serious incident came in January 1988. Prison officers' strike led sections of the prison understaffed. Prisoners in Division 4 set fires, destroyed cells, and took control of parts of the facility. A later Royal Commission found that poor conditions, including lack of sanitation, overcrowding, and outdated facilities, helped contribute directly to the unrest. By the late 20th century, it was clear that Fremantle Prison could no longer meet modern standards. On the 8th of November 1991, the prison eventually closed. The last 110 prisoners were moved to a new prison, 20 kilometres away. Fremantle's role as a working prison was over. But closure did not mean demolition. Community voices argued for preservation, and in 2010, Fremantle Prison was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Today, the prison is a museum and a cultural venue. Guided tours share not just architectural facts, but also personal stories of convicts who built Fremantle's jetties, of Aboriginal prisoners taken from their lands, and of escape attempts and small acts of defiance. Fremantle Prison began as a tool of the Empire, built by men in chains. It became a place of punishment, protest, and finally preservation. Its walls have outlasted governments, policies, and the people who once lived behind them. Today it stands as both a reminder and a question. A reminder of how societies choose to deal with those they confine, and of the human cost that choice can carry, and a question about how the stories we preserve shape our understanding of justice, fairness, and of who gets to tell history. Because a place like this, once alive with voices, never truly falls silent. It learns to speak in new ways. It becomes a life of its own.